To me, it's all about the size.
That one has size and age.
You could do it on your own terms. Today we are starting a new series where we answer your questions or the questions that we get on a regular basis. But before we get started, if you do have questions, drop them in the comments below so we can answer them. As well as if you don't feel comfortable with that, send them to Andy at andydanielgroup.com. So, Patrice, what is the first question?
The first question is, what is more important, the size of the community or the age of the community?
Well, I will let you go first.
You're going to let me go first. You know, it's a tough question because, first of all, I wanted to say size, but as I think, it might be age, only because the newer the community, the younger it feels. Sun City, though, is one that definitely, that one has size and age because it is older, but it does have newer parts. So it does feel younger than we thought it was going to feel. So what are your thoughts on that?
To me, it's all about the amenities. You know, I want golf. I want, you want all your crafts and stuff like that. Not really into pickleball, but I'm sure that's stuff that we would pick up. So to me, the larger the community, the better. Having said that, I agree. The newer, it's kind of like a pick your poison, right? Because there's a lot of communities that look great on paper and that sort of thing, but they tend to be a little bit older because they don't have the newer models and new construction going on. So the perfect balance. What I love about Texas in particular is that we still have Sun City, Georgetown for the next couple of years, and still have Robeson Ranch. The two largest are still building, and they offer everything that we want. So for me, it's all about the size of the community.
All right, and her next question was, just because the community is larger, does that mean you can find friends easier?
I think it's going to be easier because there's always things to do. There's always events going on. So you're going to be able to slide into those craft, or golf tee times or, pickleball tournament. Whatever the case may be, you have more opportunity to meet people.
Well, yeah, because there's more people that live there too. So
Yeah.
the chances of finding your friends are larger because you have a larger pond to fish from, right?
Exactly. But having said that, a lot of the people that we have helped move into some of these communities, they tend to just hang out primarily with their neighborhood.
Yeah, that is true.
Right? And so if you're hanging out with your neighborhood, Ladera, for example, that's a community. They have several around here that are 200 homes or less, but that's like one big community in Sun City, for example. So the benefit of all of these active adult communities is I don't think it's hard to meet people.
No.
I don't think you're going to have that problem no matter where you're at. I think it's easier to come and go in a larger community. You're not missed as much, yet you're not as does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you're not you could do it on your own terms versus a smaller community. If you're not around, it's evident, a little bit more. So to me, that's where the larger communities kind of fit.
Yeah, and our clients, none of them have had any problems meeting friends. I mean, everybody's so welcoming. And I mean, anytime we go to these places, we meet tons of people.
Yeah.
And so it's not hard.
No.
You just got to put yourself out there a little bit.
Yeah, you just got to get out of your comfort zone if you're kind of an introvert or whatever.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
But they almost force you to.
Yeah.
Right. So, what's the next bit? What are the pros and cons to consider when looking at the size of the community? Well, again, just exactly what is your checklist? The smaller communities, chances are they're not going to have golf, right? So if golf is a big deal to you, they're not going to have that. They're not probably going to have the amount of clubs is going to be limited.
Yeah, they don't have like the woodworking shops and the clay shops and all those different things. Yeah.
Those would be all pros for a larger community, right?
Correct.
A con for a larger community is just that you're in a large community.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like when you go from high school to college, you know, there's a lot more people you can meet and that sort of thing, but it's also can be intimidating for a lot of people.
Yeah, if you want a little more intimate setting and you don't want to feel like you have to be involved in so many things, then maybe a smaller community is better, and it's not so fast paced, and it's just kind of a little more relaxed.
Yeah, it just really depends on your lifestyle. Like Patrice and I, we're looking for that activity. We want that craziness going on. If not, then we would just stay here, you know, or just buy outside of a 55 and over, you know. So to me, we want that activity while we're there, but we're also planning on only being there part time. So it's one of those things where we can leave when we feel like it's getting a little too overwhelming.
Yeah, we got the question asked was there was a lot of people in the Sun City video, like a lot of the residents were out and about, but our Kissing Tree, there weren't as many. Now, they're actually in Kissing Tree, they were all in the pool that day. It was hot and there was tons of people, and we didn't show them.
We don't like to show people in the pool.
Yeah, if they let
Nobody
us.
wants to see it.
Some people don't want to be on camera. A lot of people don't want to be on camera. So we didn't show that. But there was actually a lot of people playing pickleball that day and everything. It is a smaller community, so you will see less people. And it depends on the time of day we go, too. When it's hot in Texas, people are out more in the mornings or in the evenings. So if we're in there in the middle of the day, you're probably not going to see as many people outside.
Yeah, and the thing is as well is Kissing Tree tends to be a little bit younger.
Yes.
And so when we film, generally speaking, it's midweek and middle of the day. So a lot of those people are also working.
That's
so
true.
And that's kind of the, if you watch the Regency video, the argument could be made there too.
Yes.
You know, because there was no one there. And the argument could be made, well, they're still working.
They are definitely younger, so they were probably working.
All right, next up is, do any of the builders that offer a loft or second story option also offer an elevator?
The answer to that is no, they do not. We have not ran into one yet that offers that. And let me tell you, when they have those second stories on there, those stairs are so steep.
Yeah, they're not like normal.
It's so weird.
Yeah. To me, the second story option is not real popular. You'll see them every once in a while at Robeson, but generally they're on the older side. I don't know if that was a fad like 10 years ago or whatnot, but it's not real popular. People are generally, our clients, we've never helped anybody with a second story.
No, they just want the single story. That's the whole point.
That's the whole. Yeah.
And Del Webb's out here. I don't know if that's the case everywhere yet, because we haven't visited everywhere yet. We will. But as of right now, the Del Webb's out here, they don't offer a second story. So, and they've never been asked. Like we asked our reps that question, and they're like, we have never had anybody ask for a second story. So it obviously is not that popular.
No. Now, if you do want something like that, there are not necessarily, well, there's that 55 and over community that were like condos, you know, obviously they have, they're still on one floor. And then there are some walkability type things like townhouses. Some of the luxury townhouses have like a 3-story, and they'll have some elevator options. But for the most part, if you're truly in an active adult community, like, you know, anything Del Webb, you know, Robeson, etc., no, there's not going to be that option.
Yeah. All right. So the next question we had was, are we going to visit any of the continuing care communities? And the answer to that is not at this moment. We don't plan to. Only because we're looking for
us primarily, and then also taking you guys along for the ride. We help people at all stages of life, but that's not the avatar for this channel. The avatar for this channel is strictly, our age demographics are, you know, 53 to 65 is our sweet spot, And generally speaking, they're just looking for active adult communities or downsizing. This one is, if you could not find the house that you like, would you still move there because of the amenities and the community personality that you want?
The answer to that is yes, because you can find something that'll work. And you just can't, I mean, it's a house, you make it what you want to make it, but the community, it's not like you can find that everywhere. You know, they don't have Sun Cities, you know, in Texas you have one. And so if that's the place that we love, then we're going to find the house that works for us.
Yeah, I agree. To me, the most important thing is the community. The house, as much and as nice as these houses are, and don't get me wrong, they are. I mean, I love our house now. You know what I mean? But it's just big, you know, and so to me, it's less about the house, more about the patio.
I was just going to say, it's going to be about the patio.
More about the patio and the view and the golf. So to me, that's what's most important.
Yeah.
So the answer absolutely is I would move for the community versus the house.
Yeah, and less.
Because none of these houses are blowing me away to that extent. I mean, they're nice.
Less to clean works for me.
Exactly. I mean, it's just a different mindset altogether.
Because I think, you know, the plan is not to be in our house a whole lot.
No.
You know, we want to be out and about doing things, traveling, you know, who knows? We could get into pickleball. We've played once and I loved it.
I totally can see ourselves getting into pickleball, but it's just...
Or bocce ball, that looks fun too. I mean, these people have a ball with this stuff, so...
Yeah, no, for sure. To me, it's all about the community.
Agreed.
All right, what's next? We were asked what is on our own wish list when looking at these communities. Patrice, I'll let you go first.
Pretty much just said it. Golf, patio.
Well, that's me. So
that's Andy's wish list. I have no problem with golf. I love golf courses are beautiful, so I don't have a problem. I love driving the golf cart, so if I'm allowed to do that and drive you all around, that's fantastic. But for me, it's definitely just getting involved with more things. I'd like to be able to do. I love to do crafty things, so some of those options I see out there are so much fun. We love to play cards, so I would love to have, you know, some couples that we can play cards with. And I've never played Mahjong, but that's like the big thing right now. So maybe that's something we get into. I don't know. I want to have lots of options, and so that's on my list for sure.
Okay.
Like we just said though, house, I just want something that I'm comfortable in. I need it to have a bedroom, you know, kitchen and a family room basically. We would love to have a fireplace if we could. That's definitely, because we love to get up in the morning when it's cold and have our fire on and everything. So now another thing on our wish list, of course, is we've got to take in consideration our children, because we don't want to be like terribly far from them. And so that's kind of a decision that we are working through, whether, you know, it depends on where they end up. They could end up out of Texas too, so that's definitely something to consider. You know, weather is a consideration. What else?
So for me, and you covered a lot, but I mean, if you watch our videos, you know I'm all about the patio, golf, of course.
The
island. I just want a decent sized island.
Yeah,
you know, the small islands just feel compact to me. But the other thing that I can tell you what I don't like.
Okay.
What I don't like are I need a view. I need something to look at.
Yeah.
And what I don't like are just those 4 foot high wrought iron fences that are back to back. You see them in Frisco Lakes all the time, right? So it's just, you're just, hi neighbor, you're right there. There's no privacy. I spend so much time on the patio and these backyards aren't overly big, that I don't want to be, that's my time.
Unless you could pick your neighbor behind you, you know?
Exactly, which you can't. So, but that's my time, right?
Yeah.
Like I just want to be there watching, you know, whatever it is I'm watching.
Yeah. And if you have a hot tub or anything, you don't want to
exactly.
Be like,
it just feels like that. That's my big hurdle that I'm trying to get over it.
But as we've seen, a lot of these communities have some great,
there's
especially resales. They have some great backyards. So
no, absolutely.
yeah, it's definitely
I
something to
don't.
consider.
I have utmost confidence that we'll find it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just those are the things that I'm looking for on my own personal checklist. I definitely don't want it upstairs. To tell you that.
Yeah, that's true. Now, we were asked if we were considering places outside of Texas.
The answer is yes. Yes, we are. So our kids, all three, are in college right now. They're all getting ready to graduate in between the next year and the next 2.5 years. So the decision's coming pretty soon, and we'll know sort of where they will end up. I think there's a good chance that they'll all end up in Texas. Now, whether that means that you and I end up in Texas still is yet to be determined. That's why we want to go out and explore. This is kind of the problem with this channel. Not this channel, but what we do is we fall in love with every community that we go to. It feels like, but we are active real estate agents. So if you are looking in Texas, there's a very extremely high probability that you're going to be working directly with Patrice and I. So we're covering Texas all the time. So we're in Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, Houston all the time, once a week, basically.
Yeah.
And so outside of Texas, yeah, we need to go explore and go hit those up. We're really anxious to go see them. We're originally from California, and we moved to Texas 20 years ago. So we are more. If I picture us if we were gonna move outside of Texas, it would probably be West Coast area, or at least towards that area. However, we do have family that just moved to Hilton Head, and so
The only thing that concerns me
Is
about
the
some of
humidity.
these areas, well, humidity definitely, and hurricanes. I know that's kind of like something to take into consideration, Florida area, things
Yeah.
like that. So it just depends.
yeah, Florida. I'm nervous about Florida with the property insurance.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what's going on there, and the humidity. But again, we're gonna escape it though too.
Yeah.
So it's not like Arizona or something. Nice picnic there in the
As it's 115.
yeah
whatever
in
right
the
now.
summer. So
Yeah.
I mean, the whole idea is we're gonna escape when it's bad
Yeah.
anyway, right? We're gonna head north in the RV. So I guess the answer is yes, and the world is our oyster, right? I mean, we are open to anything.
Yes.
It's just if I had to put money on it, chances are it'll be Texas. If not, it'd probably be more out west. But
Yeah, and we've ran into quite a few people that have explored all over and still ended up in Texas.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to explore and see why that is. Like, do I get that same feeling? I don't know. It'll be interesting.
And then she mentioned that a buyer should contact you before visiting a community, or they won't let you use an agent. Does this rule apply if I visit any Sun City I plan to move into? The answer is yes. So yes and no. So yes, you should reach out to an agent, preferably us.
If you're going there just to see it and you know darn well you're not going to live there, then that doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like if you're just going to, she mentioned Hilton Head on here in South Carolina and has no desire to really move there. Then yeah, it doesn't carry over from that Sun City to Sun City, Texas, or Sun City, Arizona, or anything like that.
Right.
So no, you're fine there, but any chance that they get to not have an agent present is they love to block us out, and the reason for that is we tend to get better deals. We tend to, we've been through the game, right? And with tariffs and everything else, there's escalation clauses that we're dealing with right now. There's all sorts of things. Now it just depends. All of our sales reps, for the most part, are really cool. Mm-hmm. But generally speaking, as a rule. Yeah, regardless of life after the grind, Andy, Patrice, and that sort of thing, whoever you're talking to or working with, yeah, you want to bring your real estate agent.
Yeah, and if you need a referral, we've got plenty of agents we work with throughout, so we would be happy to help you find that person.
If you have any questions whatsoever, drop them in the comments below. We're gonna try this new thing. We're trying to be just do this in one take, so we're there's no fancy thrills going on or anything like that. We are just real people that help that specialize in 55 and over, that are in your shoes now, because we're looking for ourselves on top of that. So we love to have that conversation with you. So if you're interested, hit that dream home form, regardless if you're Texas or anywhere in the country, because we have a network of agents all across this great states. Let us know. Give us a thumbs up if you like this sort of content. If it's something that you want to see on a weekly basis, definitely give us a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments below. Until the next time, I'm Andy.
And I'm Patrice.
Take care.